Hi there. Can you tell by my background that we're going to make snowy pictures? So I hope you had a chance to listen to the read aloud of A Perfect Day, because the artist has shown a lovely snowy day and done it in a way that is very inspiring. So watch that video, and then I hope you'll join me now for making your own snow angels. The snow angels were shown in the book, and I have a fun way to use collage and paint to make a snow angel pictures. So stay tuned and I'll show you how. Okay, for this project, you're going to need your sketchbook, a black marker, a planning pencil, a glue stick, some scissors, which I have to get, assorted construction paper, and if you have it, some leftover wrapping paper would be nice, your pencils, your paints, and of course, a cup of water. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do in this picture is to paint the background. And while that's drying, we'll start work on the collage. So to do this, I'm going to get to a new page in my sketchbook. I'm going to do it the long way so I have lots of room. And I might take a planning pencil to just quickly sketch out how big I think my snow angel is going to be. I hope you've all made snow angels where you lie on your back on the ground and flap your arms up and down and your legs open and shut, and it makes a wonderful angel. So the shape of the angel, this is a curve here. I'm going to plan it with my pencil. It goes up like that where your arms go up, and then when your legs spread out, it makes a shape like that. So I have round. I'm going to draw it dark in pencil so that you can see it. You don't have to make it so dark. In fact, it's probably better if you don't, but if I don't make it dark, you won't see it in the video. So now I am going to paint this in, and I want it to look like it's in shadow where the child has laid down in it. So I am going to do what artists do. I am going to use blue for the snow shadow, and I'm just going to get my paint wet by putting some water on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now if I just put white on that, you're barely going to see it. And as we have said before, shadows in the snow almost look blue, so I'm adding some blue to that. That's a good color, I'll try that. Yeah. And if I want it lighter, I'll just spin it around a few more times. And I am going to paint in this rough angel shape. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth and even, because would the snow be perfectly smooth and even where a child had been lying in it? Probably not. So we will get that painted in. And then we will put it aside to dry while we make our collage. So I'm going to keep this handy because when I make my collage person, I want to not make it I don't want to make it this big. I want to make it the right size. So I'm going to have this put aside to look at. And now I'm going to get out my paper. But first, I'm going to stop and find my scissors. Okay, so I have my scissors. You can see why it's a really good idea to get all your materials together before you start, so you don't have to stop like I just did. I think I am going to make this person's parka red. And the first thing I want to do is make sure it's not too big. So I'm going to measure. I don't want the arms to be any bigger than that. So I am going to cut this a little bit smaller. This is a good way to use up all those little scraps you have left over. Now, I am going to fold this in half, and I am going to cut out arms and half a parka. My fold is right here, and I am going to make a curve where my arms would be. Now here the arms come in, and then it's going to go down like that and over. I'm going to start here to make it easier to reach it. And then I'm going to try it on for size. So I have, what's that? When I open it up, it's a symmetrical drawing. Oh, I think that's just about perfect. So now I have my body with 2 arms in the parka. I need some legs. Again, I'm going to measure for size. Now some kids try to cut out a pair of pants and they always have trouble by cutting the legs connected. I don't do that. I do 2 matching rectangles, and then I can adjust the legs how I want, because I could have my legs like this, but it might be more fun to have them stretched out like that. The nice thing about collage is you can try things. Do you see how I'm trying things before I glue them down? Okay, I have legs, I have my parka, and now I need a head. And in your construction paper, you have a brown for the head, or you can have, this is more skin color like mine. I think I'm going with the brown today. I like that rich brown color. If you want, you can draw your oval first, but I think I am just gonna try it and see if I get it right. And I'll see. Oh, that's actually pretty close. If it was too big, I could just take my scissors and cut it a little smaller. So I've got a head. I think I'm gonna need a hat. I think I'd like to have a matching hat. So to make sure that hat is gonna be big enough, I'm gonna hold that on here and cut like that, because otherwise my hat might be too little for my head. You see how I'm making it match? Right to there. Then I can cut it in a curve. And let's try it and see if it fits. Yep. So I'm going to take my glue stick and glue that on right now so I don't lose all my little pieces. Remember, when you're using collage, adding the glue on the back of the thing you're adding usually works the best. So there's my head. I think I like my body. I think maybe I can glue that down now. Glue on the back. Now my painting is still a little bit damp, so I am going to put a little extra glue on and rub it down really hard, and hopefully it'll stick. You can always do what I've done in the art room and take a hairdryer and blow off your painting first. But I think this is going to be fine. I think we can glue the head down now, don't you? Glue down the head. I'm going to leave a little space because my little guy's going to need a neck warmer. And now for the legs. I'm going to put glue on the back of this, and I'm going to slide my legs under my parka. That looks nice. Is this the leg? Yep. And that wants to curl up a little bit, so I'm going to have to rub it down. Now I need some boots. Now for boots, I guess I'll use brown boots today. For boots, I want them to be the same size. And I have a trick that will help you. If you want boots to be the same size, cut 2 of them out at once. We make a set of twins. I hope this is big enough. Cut off right here. And when I open this up, I've got 2 boots that are exactly the same size. Because if you try to cut out one, then you try to cut out the other, it is very difficult to make them match. So the trick with that is to cut out twins. And I'm going to do the same thing when it comes to the mittens. I am going to cut out twins. Put that boot on, I put it right under there. I'm liking how that turns out, and we need some mittens. Well, shall I have some purple mittens? I think so. Again, I'm going to make twins so that my mittens will match. Fold it right there. I'm holding it 2 pieces together, cutting out 2 at a time. And now I have twins that I can glue on. So I've done the tricky part. And if something doesn't fit, don't give up. Just try again, make another piece. I think I'm going to move my hands up like this a little more. Okay, and rub them down. And now you get to make it your own by using pencils for the face or a marker. What do you think will show up the best? I am going to get out my pencils and give this guy some cheeks that have gotten red from playing out in the snow. Let's see if his mouth shows up in red. Not too well, so I think I will use a marker for that. Notice how sometimes you just have to try things to find out if they work. Maybe he's got a little eyebrows, a little nose. His neck is going to get cold, so I am going to give him a little neck warmer. Curve the bottom. You might give him a scarf. Will that fit? That's a good fit. You just have to try things sometimes and adjust. So there's the neck warmer. Now for fun, if you want, you can add details with your pencils or with a marker. You decide what you want to use. I'm thinking the white pencil might show up very nicely on the red, and it does. So maybe I'm making some buttons on his coat. Maybe I'm going to add some polka dots to his hat. Maybe a yellow would show up. You never know till we try. Yep, it shows up a little bit. Maybe I'll give him some yellow pockets. Maybe I'll put some knee pads on his snow pants. That shows up better. Okay, you get the idea. Now, once you're all done, you're going to add one finishing touch to tie it all together. We have the snow here, but it looks just too plain white. We need some shadows in it. So I'm going to take my paint that has a little bit of blue in it, and I'm going to dab maybe some footprints leading up to this, maybe just some shadows in the snow. And another fun thing, and I bet you guys can guess what I'm going to do because I often like to do it. I am going to take and drop some snow on this guy with sprinkles. That's always fun. So have fun, do a good job, and don't forget when you're all done to put away your art supplies, then send me a picture of your work. I can't wait to see it.